guy. He broke into the house. He's dead.
Call me, please.
I'll never get to him.
Oh, sorry, I did it. My bad.
Wait, it was you?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm the criminal here.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's like I'm in a bad dream, but I can't wake up.
A little after midnight, on a hot July night in Palm Bay, dispatchers at the Palm Bay Police Department pick up a 911 call. Someone had broken into a house on Benshore Road.
He broke into the house, and I didn't have time to grab the phone, so I...
Do you know who the man is?
No, I don't know who it was.
The caller sounded young, female, panicked. She told dispatch she had been home alone when someone forced their way inside the house.
Is he still in there?
I don't think so. I waited. I hid in my room for like a really long time. I don't even know how long it's been.
Okay, you're not sure how long it's been?
I'm not sure.
She locked herself in her bedroom with her dogs. For hours, she listened to movement through the house and was too scared to come out.
What did he look like?
It's hard to remember, but I think normal height, I guess. If I had to guess, maybe like 5'8", I don't know. And
Is he black, white, Hispanic?
I'm not sure. I think I didn't really look that good. I only got like...
She said the intruder wore a hoodie, so she never got a clear look at him. All she could really tell police was that she thought he was black.
What did he do once he got into your house?
I don't think the door was locked, but I don't think he knew that there was a hammer by the back. And
Was it your hammer, or did they bring it with them?
it was just the house hammer. It was just by the back. They grabbed it and broke in the window.
Okay, and where are you in the house right now?
I'm just in the living room.
Okay, we already have help on the way, so just take a deep breath, okay? You still have your dogs with you?
They're still in my room. I didn't let them out because I didn't want them getting blood over their paws.
Right. Is there blood inside your house?
Yes.
The first responders arrived outside the home. When officers knocked on the door, 16-year-old Julia Egler finally came out crying uncontrollably.
Hello. How you doing? What's going on? Why is there blood on the floor?
Because they're...
Huh?
Please help.
What? You okay? Are you okay? Are you bleeding?
No.
Who's bleeding?
I'm on there.
Come outside. Come outside. Come outside. What is going on? Why is that door smashed?
So uncanny.
252, can we have medical respond? We have blood on the floor.
Who's bleeding? Where's your mom? Okay. You got doors to the right.
Okay.
Got a body.
Just beyond the doorway was 41-year-old Kelly McCollum. She was lying in a pool of blood. The intruder had shot her and escaped.
You okay?
I don't know. I mean, physically, I guess, but...
As officers cleared the house room by room, they found Kelly dead in the kitchen with an obvious gunshot wound.
The dogs locked up?
They're in my room. No, they're just in my room.
Is the door to your room open?
No, they're closed.
Okay.
Julia's 2 pit bulls were still locked inside her bedroom. Then, officers made another discovery. There was a second body inside the bathroom.
What are they?
Call me, please.
Body on the bathroom floor. Bathroom's to the right. He's in there. She's laying in the kitchen in front of that desk over there, or table.
The victim was a man in his 20s. He had been shot multiple times and stabbed multiple times. Blood covered nearly every part of the scene.
Hey, what's your name?
Julia.
Huh?
Julia Egler.
Okay, who do you live here with, hon? Your mom, are you okay? Are you injured at all?
Physically, no.
No? Okay. Who else lives here? Just your mom?
her boyfriend was around a lot.
Her boyfriend, what's his name?
Matthew.
Matthew? Was there any arguments or anything tonight?
Police identified him as 22-year-old Matthew Shanrock, Kelly's boyfriend. Investigators immediately started asking Julia if the couple fought often.
Was there any arguments or anything tonight?
Between who?
Page 7
Me and my mom used to argue a lot.
You have
I should have told her I loved her.
Go and get it started.
I should have told her I loved her.
Julia said Matthew and Kelly rarely argued, but she admitted she and her mother had been fighting lately. Now, she kept repeating that she never got the chance to tell her mom she loved her.
Hey, it's okay. I'll never get to.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. My brother, he's in his 20s. He lives in Louisiana. My dad's in Texas. Okay.
At first, detectives weren't fully convinced about the break-in story. To them, the scene looked closer to a murder scene. Maybe Matthew shot Kelly, then went into the bathroom and killed himself.
They cleared it. So, female is in the kitchen on the floor. Male is in this room over here.
The bathroom.
Shell casings are by him. Looks like murder. You can see where he busted into the screen door in the back.
Yeah, some axe back there on the floor.
One reason detectives considered that theory was because Kelly and Matthew reportedly had a history of domestic violence. But there was a major problem with that theory. Matthew had both gunshot wounds and stab wounds, and police couldn't find a gun anywhere in the house.
Female, signal 7 on the kitchen floor. Male, signal 7 in the bathroom. He's got shell casings in there and also a butcher knife in there. Outside the back door, there's an axe with a sledgehammer where he busted the door in. There's shells, not spent, but there's rounds outside the back door, which look like the same ones that are in the bathroom. But there's like 3 or 4 of these shell casings in the bathroom.
Now, detectives started circling back to Julia's original story. Maybe there really was an intruder. As the investigation proceeded, officers brought in Matthew's brother Dustin, who lived next door, to tell him what happened.
We do have 2 deceased people in that house. We do believe one of them is your brother, but we have yet to confirm that because the way the body is positioned.
And put this girl in jail.
Which girl?
Kelly. I've been trying to get my brother away from this.
But we don't know yet. I don't want to.
I know it, officer. I know it. She's crazy. She's a bitch. She's a clarified witch. She claims herself to be. She speaks to my dead mother. She's been telling him all this shit. She's bad, officer. She's got to go to jail. And for life if she's alive. Unless she killed him and killed her self.
But we do believe she's the second one that's dead.
Dustin was stunned. He lived right next door, but he never heard any gunshots. At the same time, Julia looked completely overwhelmed. Her mother was dead. Her brother and father lived in different cities. Suddenly, she was alone in Florida.
When it started.
What started?
When he came up to the window.
Matthew came up to the window?
No, I don't know who it was.
You don't know who it was? Okay. This front window right here?
No, it was glass sliding doors are back.
According to Julia, Kelly and Matthew had gone out shopping earlier that night while she stayed home alone. That was when she claimed she saw someone break in through the glass door.
And he smashed the back door, and I don't think he knew that it was unlocked, but that's why I was in such a rush to get the dogs to my room, because I knew that he could just open the door and come in.
Okay, so this guy smashed the back window while you're inside. And did you call 911?
I didn't have the phone.
Okay.
I couldn't do anything.
Okay. So you should stay in your room. Okay.
I was so scared. I couldn't do anything.
She said the intruder never noticed her, so she hid immediately. Then Kelly and Matthew came home and walked straight into the attack.
It was so loud. It was so loud. And then
What was loud?
it was so quiet. The silence. I heard.
What was loud? Like yelling?
No, I think I heard gunshots.
Okay.
And when I heard those, I knew someone had died. I can feel it, you know? I don't know if that sounds stupid, but I just...
Was this like a couple minutes ago?
No, it was like hours ago.
A couple hours ago?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're saying that your mom and him weren't home when this person was breaking in to the house. Did you hear your mom and her boyfriend come home?
I was in my room. I couldn't do anything but listen.
It's 12:30 in the morning right now. What time? Was it still light out or was it dark out when you heard this person break in?
It was still light out.
Was it still light out? And you stayed in your room. And then was it dark out when your parents got home or when your mom and her boyfriend got home?
Detectives understood Julia had just lived through something traumatic. Her thoughts were scattered, and the timeline was messy. But one detail kept bothering them. Why did she wait hours before calling 911?
You good?
Yeah.
Who's this person?
Do you believe that's daughter?
Okay. Juvenile?
Yeah.
Alright, we need to figure out something with her.
Julia said she had lost all sense of time during the ordeal. She couldn't clearly explain when the intruder entered or when Kelly and Matthew returned home. Luckily for investigators, the house had CCTV cameras.
Oh, they got a ring camera. Because it's recording.
Can't really tell the way they're both laying.
You guys
Can't really
have seen
tell.
that ring camera.
Can't really tell.
There
from the
is
way
a
they're laying.
camera over the garage door. I don't know about inside or in the back.
Matthew's brother also doubted the break-in theory. He told detectives this was the last kind of house someone would target.
Have they ever talked about anybody trying to break into their house before?
No. No, I got cameras. She's never worried about the breaking into her house because she's, I got guns.
Yeah.
And she's ex-military, so I got this. I'm tough.
Have she ever made, do you know if she ever made threats against your brother before?
No. Not that I know of.
But you felt something was wrong with her?
Oh, yeah, from day one. From day one, officer.
Then, investigators found shell casings outside the broken door. That meant at least one shot had been fired from outside the house. But according to Julia's story, the intruder was already inside before Kelly and Matthew got home.
So there's two. So he must have been shooting as he came in. I think...
But the casings are in the bathroom.
Yeah, but there's a casing there's a...
Right.
He could have picked the casings up. I think he was waiting for her. Look where her backpack's there, her shoes are off.
Right.
Like, she comes in, takes the shoes off, sets her backpack down. She's gonna have to be shot on that right-hand side.
There's a juvenile daughter that we need to figure out something.
Yeah.
Family member or something.
Yeah. Because it's so hot and everything like that, we're going to transport her to the lobby.
You heard that right. Julia was on the suspect list. Her version of events didn't line up with the physical evidence. She waited hours to call police. And besides the two victims, she was the only confirmed person inside that house. Almost 2.5 hours after the 911 call, Julia was brought to the station lobby while detectives figured out where to place her. She couldn't go back home. The entire house was now an active crime scene. That was when officers noticed something about Julia's right hand.
What happened to your hand?
Just an old scar.
Did you get into an accident or something?
One day I'd come home from doing whatever I was doing, and I forgot my key, and Mom wasn't home, so I just broke my window and got in.
You punched the window? Was there rocks or anything outside?
Not that I could find, but it's not like it's like hurting or anything. It's just still recovering, I guess.
How long ago did that happen?
A few months.
Her hand looked swollen and discolored. This didn't look old. It looked fresh. Then, Julia started complaining about ringing in her ears.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with my ears. Kind of messing with me.
Did you get hit in the ear or something lately?
No, I think the loud noises kind of mess with me a little bit.
Are you listening to music too loud or something?
No, it's the loud noises from the gunshots
What gunshots?
back in my house. All the gunshots. So
Didn't she say she stayed hidden in her room? Gunshots are loud, but detectives knew ringing this severe usually meant she had been much closer to the weapon than she claimed.
How close were you to the gunshots?
I was in a different room, but it was still loud enough.
What kind of gun did your mom have?
I don't remember, but it was like a handgun, and on the standard of handguns, it was pretty small. Like, smaller than that one.
Okay.
Like half the size of that one.
Julia acted like she knew very little about firearms, but Matthew's brother told detectives something different.
Do you know if Julia ever had...
She's had dinner at her house once or twice. I know she's firearm trained.
Who Julia is? The girl? How do you know that?
Kelly, her daughter, her mom told me.
Oh, that she's firearm trained?
Yeah, because she's like, oh, I got a new Glock 17, so we had her certified in it. She makes sure she knows how to use it because she used to work nights. So to make sure the daughter, like a worst case scenario,
right,
knows how to, if something ever happened.
Has Julia ever, that you know of, ever expressed any animosity towards Matthew or or her mother? Do you know if she got along with them or if they...
She seems to be like a really respectful kid, quiet, very quiet. She's homeschooled.
Most of the conversation in the lobby sounded casual, but there were small moments cops paid attention to. At one point, Julia talked like she felt bad the officers had been stuck working all night because of her case.
Wow, what a night. It's been busy. Sorry to kind of like add more to your plate. Why are you apologizing? I don't know. Well, I get that a lot. I guess I just have a habit of doing it. Yeah.
Hold on, wait. Did you hit the lady over there in Malibu earlier? That's where I was at. Somebody got hit by a car. Was it you? Okay. You apologized, so I figured I'd ask.
Oh, sorry, I did it. My bad.
You and your Honda Civic. I thought I saw a Honda Civic leaving the area.
Yeah, me and my Honda Civic hit an old lady.
Mm-hmm.
And then didn't even stop to check if she was fine. Yeah, I did that.
Wait, it was you?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm the criminal here.
I just gotta take some pictures of your shoes, and then I'm gonna take those, and then I've got some really fancy booties.
After hours of talking with officers, Julia eventually fell asleep on the couch. The next morning, detectives finally moved her into the interview room and read her Miranda rights.
So, what's your mother's name? And the guy that lives with her boyfriend, what's his name?
Matthew.
Okay. How long he's been living with you guys?
About a year.
Okay. So is that how long they've been dating?
Yeah, about.
Okay. How do you like Matt? Are you and him cool?
I mean, we were fine.
Yeah. Okay. How does Matt and your mom get along? Do they get along pretty good?
I mean, they would argue sometimes, but like it wasn't constant, I guess.
Okay.
Kelly had previously called police on him during a domestic violence incident.
What about your brother? Has he ever made any threats to hurt her besides the one little battery thing? Has any concerns you have that he would do something to her like this serious?
She could beat his.
Oh, she could.
Yeah, she's tough.
Yeah, I know there's a big age gap. So your brother's like what, 22?
21.
21, and she's like
just turned 20.
She's like in her 40s, right?
Mm-hmm. Have you always been homeschooled?
Since 3rd grade, so basically.
Okay, why is that? Preference from mom or?
That, and also, that's the year I started to get bullied really bad, so my mom was like, screw this, and pulled me out.
Okay.
I've been doing this job about 28 years now. I've been doing it for a while. And one thing I learned is that everybody that comes in this police department, a lot of them are good people. that just make bad mistakes. Okay? Now, Detective Brown briefed me on what you told her out there on the scene. Okay? We looked over the crime scene, and some things are not adding up. Okay? And like I said, I never met you before. And I don't know what's going on in your house. I don't know what you're going through. You know, but I do have a feeling that you have not told us exactly what happened there tonight. All right? And it doesn't make you a bad person. Okay? But everybody lies at first. They do. It's normal. Okay? But one thing I always try to find out is not just what happened, it's why it happened. But when you lie, it sounds like you're hiding something. So I want to start over with tonight. Can we do that? Okay? What would you say your relationship with them was?
Maybe like 7.
7.
Because it was like whatever, I guess. We didn't really like fight a lot or anything. It was just whatever.
Okay.
Julia was still wearing the same clothes from the night of the killings. Detectives collected them as evidence. During the interview, Julia also started talking about her relationship with her mother. She said Kelly treated her unfairly.
What it is that is unfair? What is it that you're doing or that she's doing that's not fair to you?
Well, me and her would have a lot of arguments about things, especially over like me being trans. So she'd be like,
okay,
you're not a real boy and blah 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 and all, you know, the whole spiel of transphobic stuff.
Okay.
But
She doesn't approve of your lifestyle, she doesn't approve of that.
Would you say
she was like trying to kind of meet me in the middle, but it wasn't really working all that well all the time. She would try to call me child instead of, because it's more like gender neutral rather than kind of meeting in the middle, I guess.
Okay. So, I could tell obviously this frustrated you. Is this a root of a lot of the arguments? Or does it maybe not the root or ends up being brought up in these arguments?
It's a thing that was brought up a lot in arguments.
Is she misgendering you?
Yeah.
So when you guys are arguing, is she intentionally, calling you she, or not using the appropriate pronouns, or not referring to you as Jasper and referring to you as Julia?
So her mother didn't approve of her lifestyle and often misgendered her. To detectives, that immediately stood out as a possible motive.
When did you decide that you wanted to transition?
It's not really a thing that... It's hard to explain. It's kind of like, throughout my entire life, I never really thought about... I've never really seen myself as, woman, It's kind of like a thing where I always tried to, push it away and not think about it because my mom always drilled it into my head that, that's not real, and that's bad, and that's stupid. So I kind of pushed it away for a long time until I couldn't anymore, and I started realizing, I'm having these thoughts and feelings, why am I having these constantly? Until it started just becoming more and more, and then it's like, okay, I think that there's something going on here,
Kelly openly disapproved of her. Matthew, on the other hand, mostly stayed neutral.
I never really talked to him about it. He would kind of just be confused when Mom would call me, Jasper a few times or whatever, and then he'd be like, what? But I guess he just kind of... He never really called me by my name. He just called me,
hey, you.
Yeah, hey, you. Kind of like that. He never really, said my name, but...
Over time, all three simply learned how to live under the same roof. But there was another issue that kept bothering Julia.
We weren't friends, but, we weren't necessarily enemies either. It's kind of just whatever.
Okay. Did he ever try to, parent you?
No, not really. He never really tried to be, a dad or anything. He just kind of was, hands-off, Cause
He's just a couple years older than you, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
No, I didn't like it. I don't really support their relationships, the thing, so I think that's the only kind of, tension that there was between us, because it would always be kind of awkward when it was just me and him in the house, because we wouldn't say shit to each other.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of I don't really want you here, and it was kind of obvious because I didn't support the relationship at all.
Would you vocalize that to him, or at least around him?
Well, he knew. I mean...
Based on conversation with Mom or you?
Well, I mean, I would just say it. Like, I wouldn't really care. Like, I wasn't afraid to say it, and I think I made it pretty obvious that I didn't want him around.
Okay. So what is it? You say you would just say it. What is it? Like, what would you say?
Just like, I don't even want him here or stuff when I'm talking to Mom, and it's just loud enough for him to hear. Because I think me and her had an argument once where it was like, I don't even want him here and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, you're old enough now and just deal with it. And yeah, so.
So you don't really approve of Matthew's relationship with your mom?
No.
Matthew was only about 4 years older than her. To her, it felt wrong.
So these incidents where you ran away, what were those arguments stemming from?
All the arguments between my mom just kind of piling up to where it was enough, I guess. Anything
Circulating, or because of how you felt about their relationship? Like you said, you vocalized that you didn't like it. Did that have anything to do with why you ran away? Him being in the house, you not wanting him there?
Yeah, I guess that was part of it.
Okay.
Julia felt trapped inside the situation.
Stupid things like, oh, I don't feel respected, or like, oh, this or that, and feeling like this house is a prison, things like that. So.
Is it because he was there? Is it because of rules you had?
Both.
Okay. So you felt like, before he moved in, did you feel like you were in a prison?
Not really. It was kind of, me and my mom only really started arguing more when he came around.
Detectives now saw two possible motives. Julia blamed her mother for how she treated her, and she blamed Matthew for damaging that relationship even more. With motive established, investigators moved back to the timeline of the murders. Julia repeated that Kelly and Matthew left the house earlier that night to buy a bed frame.
Is your parents there yet? Is your mom and Matthew there yet?
No, they're still out.
Okay. When you saw him, was he outside the rear sliding glass door? Or inside the rear sliding glass door?
Well, no, he wasn't inside.
So he was outside?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now you mentioned something about a hammer or something that was outside?
Yeah, so in the back of my mind, I knew that was out there, and I knew that he could break the glass with it if he didn't know that the door was unlocked. So I knew that either way he could get in, whether he figured out it was unlocked or if he broke the glass. So I just knew that I had to get out of that situation. And then I hear the glass shatter and come in, so I knew that it was probably him coming in. And I can
But this door was unlocked, is what you're saying, but he
didn't know that, I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think he even bothered to try and see if it was unlocked.
She grabbed the dogs and hid in her room. From there, she claimed she never saw anything, only heard noises from inside the house.
I hear him, like, walking around and stuff, and just kind of...
So you're saying him. So do you know that, does this guy look like a male? The suspect, does he look like a male?
I don't know, I'm just assuming.
Okay, could you tell if he was white or black?
If I had to guess, maybe black.
Okay. Like, was his face covered with a mask, or was he?
I think he had like some kind of hood. It was like up and kind of.
Did he ever come up to your bedroom door?
He might have gotten close, but he never like wiggled the door handle or anything because the dogs were still barking like crazy. I'm thinking that he didn't want to come in the room because there's barking dogs, and you don't know if they're gonna like bite you or attack you or whatever, I guess.
According to Julia, the intruder then kicked open her mother's bedroom door.
When this is going on, did you have your cell phone with you in your room?
No, I only had time to grab the dogs.
Okay. Where's your cell phone at this point?
I think I left it on the couch.
Okay. And like Detective Brown, it's important. We're trying to find out how long was he in the house before your mom came home. About how long? Just approximately.
An hour-ish?
About an hour or something?
I don't know.
Okay.
She then said Kelly and Matthew eventually came back home.
Do you hear the car pull up when they pull up in the car?
How did you know it was them walking through the door?
I don't know, I guess I just assumed, because I think I heard their voices, or kind of, I couldn't say, like, tell what they were saying, but it sounded like...
Okay, so you hear Matthew yelling that. Do you hear your mom yelling at all?
No.
So how long did you... After you heard the gunshots, could you hear him rummaging around the house more, or did that stop?
I didn't hear a lot of anything else after that. I
Okay.
heard a lot of noises.
All right. So you said you wait for a while in your room? Huh?
Yeah.
But detectives kept finding problems with the story. Julia claimed the intruder stayed inside the house for nearly an hour before Kelly and Matthew got home. If this was really a burglary, why was nothing taken? Her phone was sitting on the living room couch the entire time, yet the intruder never touched it. And after waiting all that time in her room, Julia finally came out and saw the scene herself.
The first thing I saw was blood on the ground.
Outside your bedroom door?
I looked to the left, and that's when I saw,
How did you know it was Matthew?
because I could see him on the ground.
Like, did you see his face? Okay.
Matthew was lying face down in the bathroom. Julia described details that suggested she had already seen his face. That wouldn't make sense if he was lying face down when she found him. Still, detectives kept giving her chances to explain herself.
Let me ask you this. When you saw Matt in the bathroom, did you go over to him or you just looked at him?
I didn't touch him, no.
Okay, so you just looked at him.
At this point, detectives believed Julia was actively building a false story around herself as the terrified teenager who survived a home invasion. But her actions after the killings told a different story. She never called 911 right away. She never checked if the victims were alive. Instead, she walked through the house, checked the scene, and cleaned her shoes.
I think I might have cleaned my shoes off a little bit because they were gross from walking around.
Okay. So you clean your shoes off with what?
I believe there was like paper towels. I don't remember if I used disinfectant or water, but I remember wiping off like the ridges of my shoes a bit.
Police later found bloody paper towels inside the garage. Julia then claimed she went into her mother's bedroom and discovered Kelly's gun missing from the safe.
When I opened up the lockbox, I saw the holster for it, but it was empty.
Okay.
Did you have to use the key to open the lockbox?
No, it was unlocked.
The detectives listened carefully and let her finish the story. Only then did they tell Julia they knew she wasn't telling the truth.
To be quite honest with you, we don't believe that this is how this happened, okay? All right. We've looked over this crime scene, and there's things in this crime scene that's not adding up with what you're saying. Now listen, okay? Because I don't believe the story about someone coming into the house, okay? There's evidence that shows that. We looked at your surveillance camera, okay? We don't see nobody coming through that back door. Okay, we looked at your surveillance camera. We see your parents coming home through the front door. Okay. We see bloody footprints inside the dining room area in front of the rear sliding glass door underneath the glass. That blood should be on top of the glass. Okay? So, like I told you, I don't live at your house. I don't know what's going on in that house. But if you had to do something today that you thought you needed to do, we're giving you a chance to tell us that. Let's go with them coming home. When they walk through the door, tell me what happened.
Theoretically speaking, let's say what you're saying, that it was, theoretically speaking, let's say that it was me, right? What?
So Josh, I'm going to be honest with you. It's not really theoretical at this point. Everything he just stated to you is telling us that something happened that you're not telling us, right?
So you're basically saying that I'm the culprit?
We're not saying that at all. But evidence shows us on surveillance cameras, it shows them walking into the house. It shows nobody in the backyard. It shows nobody breaking into the house.
The way the camera is angled.
100%. But someone would be seen either hopping the fence, coming around the fence, whatever. And you know that. You know that the camera is angled a certain way. You know that you can walk out that sliding glass door and go undetected.
Yeah, and that's an interesting point you just made. So this is why we know especially we've seen a lot of crime scenes.
I'm saying there's a blind spot between the two cameras, and the way that they're angled makes it obvious.
Yeah. But
someone would have to know that. Someone would have to know that there's a blind spot there. Someone that's not random, that's not randomly coming to your back door and breaking the back door unbeknownst. This person would have had to have known the way the camera's set up only by viewing it from an app, right? You can't really tell.
You see it from the outside of the house.
Sure, but you can't see the exact scope. There's wide lenses. You don't know exactly what it's viewing, but guess who does? And guess who just pointed that out? You do. So the only thing that makes sense in this instance here is that if this random person that you're saying came up to the back sliding glass door would have had to known that there was something to break the door, they would have had to come into the house and known that there was firearms inside the house, ammunition inside the house to use to then kill your mom and Matthew. For what reason?
Eventually, Julia started opening up.
If it was me, then that's going on my record forever, isn't it? And I'm just going to be thrown in jail.
She admitted that day she heard something inside her bedroom that had been making her angry for a long time.
There's some noises coming from my mom's bedroom while she was ignoring me because I was calling for her.
Okay. Is this something you've heard before in the bedroom? How does it make you feel? Gross? Like disrespected, right? But she's doing that literally 10 feet away from you.
Almost violated.
Right. I don't blame you. I would feel the exact same way if I...
Yeah, because your rooms are right next to each other, right?
It was already difficult for her to accept Matthew dating her mother, but hearing them together in the bedroom made that resentment even worse. Over time, she said she started hating both of them. Parts of Julia's confession were later redacted, but investigators say she admitted that after Kelly and Matthew left to buy the bed frame, she took Kelly's .38 caliber handgun from the bedroom. Then she waited. When the couple came back home, Julia greeted them, "Welcome home," at the door before shooting her mother first. Matthew ran into the bathroom, but she followed him. She stabbed him repeatedly with a chef's knife, then shot him several times. Julia Egler was arrested and initially charged as a juvenile, but was later indicted on 2 counts of first-degree premeditated murder. The state attorney office announced that she would be tried as an adult, but she is not eligible for the death penalty based on Florida statute and the U.S. Supreme Court, and will face life in prison if convicted. So what do you think really pushed Julia to that point? Was this planned long before that night? Or was it years of anger finally boiling over inside that house? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more true crime stories.